What is going on, Bears fans? It's your host here, Rai, and I'm back to do another Bears podcast. And this is episode number 14. Now, before I continue to discuss about yesterday's game, I apologize to all the Bears fans who has been listening since day one. Um, I kind of messed up on a Bears podcast. I uploaded um 13 before I did 12. Okay? Sorry about that. My bad. Hopefully, you still want to listen to them, okay? And get my thoughts on these two games. They're kind of late, but it's late, better than late than never. I'm not gonna upload the Bears versus the Niners game because number one, YouTube was being a pain in the ass, so I'm just probably gonna delete that video. You can't see it because it's on private. Um, Bears versus Washington, I think it's up already on my YouTube channel. And yesterday, I uploaded the Bears versus Vikings games, my thoughts and all good stuff. So, sucks. Bears on a 3-game losing streak. Now I'm going to discuss yesterday's game. Bears on a 3-game losing streak. If you really think about it, Bears fans, I guess the Bears and the Bears players and the Bears staff are aiming for a good draft pick. I don't know who they're going to draft first. It could be on offense. It could be on defense. It could be special teams. It could be a kicker. I think the kicker on special teams, I don't know. I think kicker has his own category. So there's a lot of holes for the Bears, you know. I don't know if the coaches screwed up. Well, I tell you one thing, Bears fans, they had a rough start, 0-3, and by the time they got the first win of the season, I think it was late in the season, I don't remember. They were so behind in that division anyway because Packers was on a roll at the time. The Vikings were on a roll at the time. Same thing for Detroit. Now Detroit fell apart, and once again they're not gonna make the playoffs. The Bears are not gonna make the playoffs again. Was it 10 years in the making? Pathetic. I guaranteed Bears fans it's just gonna take a lot of time for John Fox and his staff to get his team back in order. You guys remember when he was with the Carolina Panthers back in the day? It took him a few years. Then the Carolina Panthers were contenders. They went to the Super Bowl. They didn't win it. They were contenders. Same thing for the Denver Broncos. I think before he got there, they were not that great until he stepped in. They were great. I mean, they were decent. They had then with that one off season, they had a future Hall of Famer, Peyton Manning. They brought him in the fold. The defense mixed with Peyton Manning's offense, and the thing clicked. They John Fox took the Denver Broncos to the Super Bowl. They didn't win it. So I think John Fox is 0-2 in the Super Bowl, but he's a hell of a coach. It's just gonna take some time. Do you think the Bears are gonna fire him? No, not for one season, but you never know. The one kickoff returner, number 14, he was great. Okay, right at the get-go yesterday's game. But I really thought, I mean, he went down the field. It was awesome. But once again, Bears went 3 and out. And Bears had to kick it to the Vikings in few plays later. The Vikings went down the field and scored a freaking touchdown. Bears hardly got any interceptions. Meaning like what, 1, 2, 3, I don't remember. And another thing is no pick six for the Bears. That means an easy TD. That sucks. Maybe because this defense they have is not really gelling right now. Okay, I really, I'm sorry, I got a little tongue tied. The players that I missed was Tillman, Urlacher, Bridge. You know, that was an awesome defense. Of course, um, the Bears' upper management did not draft any young defense because if they did that, they will be ready when Urlacher leaves the Bears. Same thing for Lance Bridge and all them great players. But Bears were freaking stupid, you know. but they will keep holding on to these old players for a long time. That's why with the last few years for Urlacher, we're just getting slowing down. He was getting burnt. He was not really sacking the quarterback, not making huge plays like he used to do. And I'm kind of glad the Bears got rid of him, but not in that kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I really wish the Bears kept him as like a defense coach, but I don't think he wants to be a defense coach. I think he wants to be on that field, but shit happens, you know? That's all part of the NFL, you know? The guy I really missed was Mike Brown. He was freaking awesome. I remember. This is off the subject, okay? This has nothing to do with the current games, but it was back to back Sunday night games or Sunday games. It was a interception. He took it to the house, and the following weekend he took it to the house. It was Cleveland, then the Niners. It was 0-1. A lot of people thought that was like a fluke because Bears got that pick six. Shit happened, okay? You know. Now, back to this current Bears roster. Um, last year, or actually, yeah, last year they hardly ran the damn ball, and that kind of pissed me off. Now this season, well, at the beginning of the year, they ran the freaking ball. It was awesome. Then they decided to go back to the keep passing. Maybe once in a while it works, but in Bears needs like run, pass. But I really freaking hate how the Bears run the ball. They always go through the middle. Always. It doesn't seem like it. They never go around this way or the other side. They never ever do a wildcat offense. I don't know why. Maybe just say AOC kind of thing. Um, I don't know. Rabbit goal. I know yesterday he made a field goal, but it was not a game-winning field goal. Bears got the ass kicked 3-17. Pathetic. The Vikings, I give him a lot of credit. Okay, Bridgewater, he's a pretty decent quarterback. He's not no future Hall of Famer. I tell you that right now. Rodgers is the only future Hall of Famer in the Bears division. Isn't that sad? I mean, in my eye. Okay, um, I don't know what the hell is what's gonna happen this offseason. I am looking forward to the 2006. I'm sorry, I scratched that. 2016 Bears season because Kevin White, the rookie from West Virginia, he'll be healthy. He'll be explosive. And the other hand, you got Jeffrey. But I heard, I don't know if this is legit or might be a rumor, that Jeffrey is a free agent. Now the Bears were freaking smart when the season's over. Actually, they could do it now because Bears are out of playoffs anyway. Sign him. Sorry, re-sign him. Okay, who gives a shit how much money it takes? Sign his ass. He is worth it. He makes some great plays. He's young. He's fast, and that is Jay Cutler's favorite target. Before it used to be Brandon Marshall, and you know things happen. You know, and Bennett, he's out for the year. I mentioned it in my latest podcast, so it sucks. I'm not too sure the Bears are going to resign him or let him go. And Forte, he's done with the Bears. I guaranteed it. I'd be surprised if the Bears resign him, maybe like a 1 year deal. I mean, he had a great career with the Bears. Don't get me wrong. He's not no future Hall of Famer because he did not play with the Bears that long or NFL too long. He's, I guess, what, this past season, well, actually this season, he got hurt. And some of these games down our stretch, we should have won. We should beat the freaking Vikings the first time we met them. And that really freaking pissed me off, you know? Hold on, let me read the schedule real quick. Okay, hold on. Okay. The games we should have won, okay? The Redskins, we should have won that game, okay? Robbie Gold had a chance to force overtime. He missed it. That following week, the Niners game. There's no way in hell Robbie Gold should have missed the late field goal late in the fourth quarter. Okay? And that forced overtime. Then against the Broncos, Bears should have won that game. Okay? Other games were pretty decent. Okay? see down the stretch, we should won. Like the Redskins, yes. Niners, yes. Broncos, definitely yes. But yesterday's game was pathetic. Okay, 38-17. Once you're at the playoffs, in the Bears' head, why should we keep winning? We want decent. Sorry, we want gooder draft picks. You know what? It don't matter if the Bears keep losing. They could win 2 games and lose what 14 games. I don't know. I forgot the whole format. But it don't matter how pathetic the Bears are. It's up to the Bears management what they want to draft. They could draft a quarterback. They could draft offense, defense, etc. You know what I'm saying? Bears could be the worst team in the NFL this season, and it all depends how they draft this coming up springtime 2016. You know what I'm saying? So Bears are just wasting their freaking time. If the Bears were freaking smart, they should have like a 7-game losing streak in the second half of the season, right after their bye week, but they didn't. They were trying to chase for the playoff or the division. They got swept by the freaking uh, um, the Minnesota Vikings. That kind of pissed me off. But in the long run, I prefer the Minnesota Vikings to win the division over the Green Bay Packers. Now the Green Bay Packers won 10 division titles. That's freaking pathetic. Bears. I heard Bears have a lot of money this off season coming up. Hopefully they use that money wisely. Bears management, are you freaking listening to me? Listen to your fans for once, okay? Get some impact players. Maybe you could get a free agent quarterback, because I don't know what's going to happen with Jay Cutler next season. If he's going to leave the Bears, I don't know if this is his last year coming up, or they're going to try to trade him. I'm not too sure. But you guys need a backup plan. I know they have Jimmy Clausen, but he sucks ass. Just because he came from Notre Dame, that does not matter. Sorry, that does not mean he's going to be a NFL superstar. Okay, college and NFL are two different things. Okay, college they play for pride. NFL they just play for their freaking paycheck. That's the bottom line. That is pathetic. So that's why the Bears always gotta draft a player from college from Notre Dame. That is freaking bullshit. Why they can't get players from LSU, Arkansas, Kentucky, Ohio State, Penn State? The list still goes on and on and on. Alabama. I'm going with this. They don't. I think one game they blocked a field goal. They did not attempt to block the punt this season. Every time the Bears, their opponent, try to punt it, they say, "Come on, Bears, block it." No dice. They come close, but not close enough. So they have a lot of things to work on this season. This off season. It just freaking pissed me off. But I guarantee, if the Bears gonna spend a lot of money this off season, the tickets for the season ticket holders are gonna go way up. No doubt about it. The merchandise is gonna go way up. The food is gonna go way up. Everything at Soldier Field is gonna go way up because the Bears got some decent NFL free agencies this off season, so they want to jack up the prices. That is freaking bullshit, and that's not the only NFL team does that. It's insane. I remember, off the subject here, my dad, his friend, and my dad's friend's wife. They used to work together back in the day. We went to the Bears versus the Giants game, and it was freaking awesome. But when the game kicks off, you got to get into the Soldier Field or leave the parking lot. That is freaking bullshit. And you know why? Because they don't want a mess in the parking lot, for tailgating. You could do it before the game. That's it. I don't think you could do it after the game. But back in the day, 80s, you could do that kind of stuff, or 90s. I think the Chicago Bears are the only NFL team when the game was in process, you gotta leave or head to your seat. I think that's kind of stupid, you know? You know why? Because the NFL wants your freaking money, you know? But that's just my opinion, my viewers. That is my opinion. Um, you know, it just freaking sucks, you know? I wish every freaking year the Bears have a good season, you know? Jay Cutler, he's like hit and miss, you know? I think this is his best season as a Bear from my point of view, okay? I don't know what the hell Bears gonna do this offseason. Hopefully, Bears make some wheeling, dealing, maybe make some trades. The guys are not really working out to get rid of their asses. This season, during the season, they got rid of Allen. I think he went to the Patriots, and they got rid of the other guy they drafted this past draft, and they were not really working out well. Allen was an old timer because he was doing great in Kansas City. Then Minnesota traded him, and he was doing great in Minnesota. Then Bears, I think he was a free agent when they traded him, and he was not doing good with this defense. Was it the 4-3 or the 3-4? Not really too sure. So it sucks. Well, frankly, I think he needs to retire. It seemed like the Bears always get these old timers. Like I give you an example, okay, Bears fans. Remember the guy named Jim Miller? I think it was the early 2000s. Everyone thought he was gonna be like the savior for the Bears. I mean, he was decent. Don't get me wrong. He's not no future Hall of Famer. He put up some great numbers, great yards, but he cannot cut the mustard. He was an old guy. Bears were so freaking stupid. Overall, they always, back in the day, always go for defense, never offense. Now these days, they want to go for offense, never defense. Jesus, crying out loud. You guys remember that movie called NFL Draft? Or The Draft? With Kevin Costner? That was a good movie. That was a hell of a movie. I think it had bad reviews, but who cares? It's a football movie. Oh, speaking of football movie. On Christmas, starring Will Smith, the movie called Concussion. I do not think the NFL is not too pleased about that because they made a movie about concussion. Who cares? I'll definitely want to see it, and I'll definitely will do a review on it on my YouTube channel, on this YouTube channel. But it just sucks. I really miss the good old days when Devin Hester took it to the house. I think he owns the record now. I really wish Bears kept him, but he was on bad terms. But shit happens. I don't know if he's still in the NFL or is he injured. Last time I heard, he was with the Atlanta Falcons. So I don't know. I don't know what the Bears gonna do. Like I said earlier in this podcast, there's a lot of work to do. A draft, the off season. No, actually, the off season comes first, then draft. Then they gotta re-sign the players they want to keep. Then they gotta make some trades. They have meetings, with the coaching staff. If the coaching staff is good enough, well, I think the offense is doing way better than last year, But I think they were 25th ranked in defense combined. It's pathetic. And plus, Bears are 1-6 at home this year. That freaking sucks. Come on now. I guarantee the Bears fans did not go to a lot of games this year because once they know the Bears are not going anywhere, probably just give up the tickets. I know they are season ticket holders, but what do they just do? Give it to somebody else, and they just say, "Healthy, I'm not going to the damn game." You know what? If you're a Bears ticket holder, give it to someone who loves the Bears. Who gives a shit? They suck. Maybe they never gonna get a chance to go to the Bears game in the future. I don't know what to tell you. But I tell you one thing, Bears fans. The only good thing about the Bears right now is the freaking tailgating, because you get some awesome food. If your mom is gonna cook, or if your fiance, or if your friends, all your friends cook, have a couple of beers, get freaking wasted. Then when you go into the Soldier Field, you don't give a shit who wins or loses, correct? Hell yeah, it is freaking awesome. So I recommend you, Bears fans, if you've never been to Soldier Field, if you've never been to any NFL game in your lifetime, go there. It is freaking awesome. Okay, but I think I prefer going to the sports bar and watch it there because you can see the replays, you can see other games in the NFL, and the beer is more cheaper than going to the freaking game. But you can live your life however you want to live your life. Live your life. So that's about it, really. You know, I don't know. This whole NFL season sucked for the Bears. I mean, they had a rough start, okay, and then after that, it just went downhill. Detroit, I think between the Bears and Detroit are fighting for last place. Ooh, whoopie doo. Um, I don't know. Do you think the Bears are gonna get a good draft pick? Who knows? Who do you think they should draft? A new quarterback, defense, special teams, a new kicker, or go for free agency? I don't know what's gonna happen to Robbie Gould. I have no freaking idea. Have no idea. Makes me mad about this Bears team. John Fox had a lot of work to do. So I am gonna sign off here. Thanks for listening. Okay, once again, I apologize for the late podcast. The Bears is not really in the order, but you guys will get the drift. So this is your friend here, Rai. All my links are down below. I do have Twitter. It is Teamryry32. And everyone have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'll see you next Bears podcast. There's only 2 more games left in the 2015 season. Thank freaking God. Oh, this has been a brutal season for the Bears. Have a good night.